Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, December 6th. A lot to talk about here. We have another very mild day here in the Mid-Atlantic region, but changes are coming. A slow-moving cold front is reluctantly moving its way towards the East Coast. Colder temperatures will start to be felt around here in the Mid-Atlantic region tomorrow afternoon and early evening. And there are several waves of low pressure riding up along this cold front. The last of those waves of low pressure, late tomorrow night into the first thing Thursday, will likely see a changeover from the rain to the snow here in the Mid-Atlantic region, with even some accumulations possible, especially just to the north and west of the big cities here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. We have a cold front that extends all the way from Maine down to the Gulf Coast, and again, it is just grudgingly working its way slowly towards the East Coast. There are several waves of low pressure already depicted along the front, and here's one right here in western PA, another one here in the Tennessee Valley, and one farther south here near the Gulf of Mexico. And as this front passes through the Mid-Atlantic region late tomorrow, this final wave of low pressure will move up towards the Mid-Atlantic region, and enough cold air will come in to change the rain to snow, especially north and west of the big cities, and there could be some accumulations by Thursday morning. Now, the storm does pull out fairly quickly. There's no chance of really a major snowstorm here because of the fast movement of the storm, but I'm thinking in the range of 1 to 3 inches for the northern and western suburbs of the big cities, probably an inch or less in and around the big cities themselves of Washington, Philadelphia, and New York. And we'll, of course, monitor that situation as the day progresses into tomorrow. Behind the front, nothing but chilly high pressure, and that'll move in for the latter part of Thursday and right through the upcoming weekend. Here's the latest radar loop, and again, the front extends all the way down from the Maine to the Gulf Coast, and there are spotty showers around here today. I don't expect much heavy rain at all in the Mid-Atlantic region during the day today. It'll be spotty showers. The heaviest rain associated with this frontal passage and waves of low pressure that will develop will be tomorrow into tomorrow night, and then that rain should change over to snow from the northwest to the southeast as the colder air filters in. Well, let's do a comparison between the NAM model and the GFS model for this upcoming system tomorrow night into early Thursday. That should cause some rain changing to snow around here. This is the NAM model as of tomorrow evening, and here's the low pressure area centered again right around the North Carolina-Virginia border. Colder air is slowly working its way towards the East Coast. This storm, according to the NAM model, will work its way in a fashion just like this off the East Coast, and enough colder air will come in to allow for a changeover to snow after midnight and continue until it ends early Thursday morning. Now let's take a look at the GFS model. Well, here's the GFS model. Not too different, but a little bit farther to the south and east compared to the NAM model. And this is probably due to a little bit of a bias in the GFS model. In our winter outlook on our seasonal forecast section of the website, we talked about some biases in computer models like the GFS model over the last few winters with coastal storms a little bit to the south and east. As you get closer to the event, that jumps a little bit to the north and west, so we'll see if that happens. Again, the NAM had the low right around here, GFS a little bit to the south and east, but in general the same kind of a scenario for later on tomorrow night into early Thursday, with this storm moving off the East Coast and allowing enough colder air to move in to change the rain over to snow. And again, there can be some rather significant rain before the changeover. I don't expect much in the way of heavy rain today, but tomorrow and tomorrow evening, certainly there can be some appreciable rainfall amounts before the changeover to snow. And the timetable for the changeover appears to be after midnight, just after midnight tomorrow night, and the snow should pull out early Thursday morning. Well, one more thing I want to compare in the NAM model and the GFS model is kind of an hour-by-hour breakdown of this upcoming event. This is from coolweather.com, and it's the NAM output for Philadelphia from last night's NAM model. And you see here the NAM model does have a changeover with a few-hour period of snow late tomorrow night into early Thursday. And the output right here shows some significant rain from the NAM model, over 2 inches, with some snow, certainly some snow in the form of 0.3 here, which equates to about 3.3 inches, according to the NAM. Now, let's take a look at the GFS model. In general, the GFS has the same kind of a pattern with the bulk of it rain, but then changing over to snow late tomorrow night into early Thursday. Right here we see a couple-hour period. GFS right now is a little bit less than in terms of the total snow output compared to the NAM. That may change as the day goes on, as that southeastern bias maybe relaxes a bit and the storm pulls a little bit more to the north and west. Here's the output from the GFS model. Again, the bulk of it falls as appreciable rainfall, but there is some snow here according to GFS. Again, this is for the Philadelphia region. Both models putting out some snow in the Philadelphia region, and again, both models and the European model as well are kind of converging on a scenario with rain changing to snow after midnight and continuing into Thursday morning with some accumulations possible here in the Middle Atlantic region, especially to the north and west of the big cities. The axis of heaviest snow will probably be a little bit farther to the north and west of the big cities, similar to the late October storm, where well to the west of the big cities, maybe 50 to 100 miles or so, had the heaviest axis of snow. So we'll monitor the situation over the next several hours. That's it for now. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.